Hello, Commandants, and welcome back to another video. Normally, you guys would expect some kind of Gunner video, or some kind of guide or explanation, or even some news regarding PGR. Not this time, though. Today, I want to take the time and thank the game that I love. Thank the amazing community who welcomed me with open arms, and some more stuff. But why am I doing this? Well, as of February 2nd, it will have officially been a total of 1 year since I've started playing Punishing Gray Raven. How about I just start from the top? A little over a year ago, an upcoming game came to my attention called Wuthering Waves, a direct competitor to the hit gacha game Genshin Impact. But something you may or may not know is that was my first experience in gacha games, and it comes from Genshin. You see, I played for nearly 3.5 years, straight, only quitting after I finished the Archon quest in Sumeru, where I finally quit having had enough of the bullshit that the devs kept spewing out per patch, and I was sick of being treated unreasonably. After I quit Genshin, I actively refused to touch a gacha game for around 6 months. It was around this time that I made the decision that I wanted to be a streamer and YouTuber, having taken inspiration from my favorite content creators such as the Backlogs. I originally started doing challenge runs, and I got pretty good at them. After clearing all 3 Dark Souls games with miracles only, something I still attribute to a miracle itself, I went on to finally play Monster Hunter World, which quickly became one of my favorite games ever made. During this time, streaming Soulsborne and Monster Hunter, I finally came back to gacha games in the form of playing HSR, however I never really streamed it up till a certain point. Not long after I beat Monster Hunter World and the Iceborne DLC solo, I went on to discover Wuthering Waves in my off time one day, and because of the direction that HSR was taking at the time, I wanted to be cautious before getting into something bigger than I could possibly imagine. I didn't really want to feel like I got swindled into another gacha. I looked into Kuro Games and discovered the core of all my content, Punishing Gray Raven. And so, right before stream on that fateful day, February 2nd, 2024, I started a brand new account and went live, and I very quickly gained attention from people. Going into PGR CC space was kind of a culture shock. You really had 2 sides, the casuals who enjoyed a story that makes you want to cry, and the hardcore sweats who dump thousands of dollars into a game to see their name at the top. Personally, at the time, I was casual, and I intended on remaining free to play. Glad she never put me saying that, would have aged like spoiled milk. And so I kept streaming, and I kept playing. On just my first week, I discovered my favorite character in PGR, who, by now most of you know, is Luna. Right after her, of course, is Lamia and finally Liv. It was around this time that I started to show chat that I was in fact a total gooner.
Kinda good, if I'm being honest. This fish is looking kinda good. I never thought I'd be turned on by a fish.
And that had the opposite effect that I thought it would. Instead of driving people away, more and more people came to me, asked me questions. This, of course, was before Coco Sensei coined me the new sensei of PGR, something that, while I'm honored, I don't have the right to bear that way. Back on topic, I started PGR during the last 2-ish weeks of Isla Kaleido's debut pen, so right before the beta boom of PGR. You all know the one. The debut of one of my least favorite, sorry in advance Ragashu, and one of my most hated units, Alpha Crimson Wing. One of the most overhyped characters due to the YouTube algorithm pushing one video to literally millions of people. This had the effect of bringing a huge boom to PGR, which immediately died 2 weeks later when they all realized that PGR requires skill. So many potential players and content creators left during the first 2 weeks after getting Alpha that it was almost depressing. As for why I don't like Alpha, aside from me not getting the views I wanted back in the day due to the visitors, I had a few problems with their kit, which is a topic for a different video. Following the Alpha patch, we finally arrive at what I consider the most dead patch in PGR history. A patch so terrible even veterans were having trouble playing. This was, of course, the Honying Zitherworld patch. A patch I genuinely think pushed a bunch of players away, seeing as there was literally nothing to do. The patch was so bad that even I had a hard time playing. Barrow 21's patch wasn't much better. Aside from an intriguing story, there wasn't anything to do except the worst event I've ever seen in my life. Finally, making our way towards Lamia, it was here that I truly broke free to play and decided that I was going to triple S'er and nothing was going to stop me. And so I did. A decision that sent me into a true spiral of wailing and led me down a deep dark path once again. From here on, I wailed on Uncle Wada and Chew as well, as I became more and more focused on meta, as it was something that I was becoming more and more fun. Not to mention, as I wanted access to my character's full kits, and not to be locked out because I didn't swipe, and so I kept on swiping. It was at the end of Chu Shu Crisp patch where PGR's feature would come into question, the synchronization plan. It generated a lot of good and a lot of bad press for PGR, and it's understandable why. I've talked about it in previous videos and live streams, but everyone was terrified. While I still don't support Kuro shafting their whales like they're currently doing on Global, and I still think bonus packs should at least be discounted, I wasn't gonna quit whaling just because some vets were leaving, especially with the most important character release in PGR history coming up. We finally reached the current era, where I decided to fully commit and let chat know that 100% I was gonna triple S plus and max out my wife, Luna. Luna's release was one I've looked forward to since my first league play. You see, originally, while Lamia got me started on dropping like 200 to 300 per patch, it was more like the first 100 I spent in the game was for an S-rank selector that was a gotcha. You see, originally I was told that if I didn't pick Rosetta and her weapon, then my account would forever be shafted and wouldn't be worth playing anymore. Out of sheer ignorance, I listened and I got Rosetta. But I deeply resented the character and the people who told me that I needed her, because I didn't want her. I wanted Luna. And when the selector dropped, I wasted no time in picking up Luna Laurel and getting her and her signature weapon. Fast forward to the present and I dropped nearly $1,000 on Luna Oblivion. And I don't regret a damn thing. Luna is still my favorite character. Even if I'm known as the fish fucker, I will still always worship Luna. This led to me making the Luna Makes Me Arrive video, where I show everyone my sheer dedication to Luna, even if I had to hold some of it back due to legal reasons, and YouTube being YouTube. But that's just the cliff notes on my journey through PGR in the past year. I haven't even gotten around to thanking the wonderful community who has had my back since day one. I've slowly built myself with nobody's help and my own hard work. A very wonderful community full of the smartest, kindest, and most sarcastic gooners I've ever met. And while it's true I don't respect the CCs, save for Lena and Ivy from Grey Raven Radio, I can appreciate how much the community on Global side comes together when push comes to shove. There has been plenty of ups and downs this past year, and none of it would have been possible if I didn't decide to pick up and play PGR. I even ran a podcast for a whopping 3 episodes before calling it quits. Not because I wanted to, but because between people I thought were my friends sabotaging my podcast while I was live, I never really wanted to pick it up again. I've met some of my best streamer friends from starting that podcast, like Jemmy and Magashu. Even my friend Kasumi, who was there in my early days, was on at some points. I don't know if I'll ever continue the podcast idea, but if enough people ask for it, I'll bring it back. Although this time, maybe we'll stay on topic and only invite on so many people. Over the course of a year, I've hit nearly 900 subs on YouTube, and I'm hoping for an even bigger boom in 2025. I'm still going to be the same gooner as always, goofing off and making whatever kind of content I want. It's not just going to be PGR either. Well, that will remain my main focus. I want to start making more for Wuthering Waves, and I'll even give Arknight's Enfield a go when it drops. So look forward to that. Once again, I want to thank each and every single one of you for all the support you've shown me this past year. It means the world to me. If you liked the video, please hit that like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell. I stream over here on YouTube now, so be sure to come and check me out sometime. I have a growing Discord where a bunch of us hang out and chill, so be sure to join. We discuss all kinds of things PGR and woo-woo over there, so I think you'll all like it. With that everyone, take care and I'll see you on the next video.